Queen and One Vision. It's just gone 20 minutes to 5 o'clock. We're in conversation here with Ian, our good friend of the station, chap who's giving us loads and loads of valuable advice over the festive period and how to deal with it. So Ian, before that song then,
sure.
We were talking about the Christmas you deserve.
Yes.
Can you elaborate upon
I can,
that?
and I'd love to. And I have to say, it's a bit of a confession actually, because I didn't have such a crystal clear idea of what I wanted to say today and how I'd build on the last 2 weeks. But something happened this afternoon, and it fell into my lap. This idea of having a Christmas we deserve, and where this comes from, Chris, is because I see people, sometimes up to 25 people a week, and I see people who play down everything they've gone through. They've gone through so much in their lives. They've gone through so many ups and downs and suffered so much, and there's so many dreadful things have happened to them over the years, and they play it down and play it down, and then just write it off as nothing. And they say to me, "There's always somebody worse off, Ian," and they really don't, at times, just give enough recognition to exactly how they've suffered, and enough recognition to what they've gone through, and also enough recognition to the actual strength that they do have to get through the things that they've gone through. So it led to this idea of, in light of this, because I do see this all the time, Chris, I know it's out there, where people play it down, and it's a message that, this Christmas, let's have a Christmas that you deserve, and think about what you might really have gone through this year, and think about some things that you may have really struggled with, or some events in life that have been very painful, where things that you might have been bereaved, or you might have been through an experience, a relationship breakup, whatever it may be, that really might have taken its toll on you, and you may have played it down and not really kind of acknowledged it for the impact on your life that it may have been. And in light of this, Chris, just to say, so as a result, have a Christmas that you deserve, because I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that may shortchange themselves. Don't do that this Christmas. Have a Christmas that you deserve.
Because this is a clear case of glass half full or half empty, isn't it? Really.
It is completely.
The same situation, it's there, it's happened, it's done.
Yeah.
But do you look positively or do you look negatively from that particular event?
Absolutely, and then as a result, there's the domino effect of how the glass half full, half empty, and then there's that domino effect of how that then affects everything else.
Yeah.
It's just the first domino, and then the rest unravel.
Yes.
Precisely.
Because as you said, I love that idea, because once that falls, everything else is going to fall. But if you can make it so that you're going to get some success, something from it, that's going to make those dice, those dominoes that are falling, altogether better.
Indeed, and I suppose the tie-up with that as well is that that domino effect can have bigger consequences if people play down the things they've been through. I'm certain there's people listening to us right now, Chris, who would totally relate to what I'm saying, because I've seen it so many thousands of times, where people will go through 3-4 relatives that pass away very suddenly, or awful relationship breakups, but they don't do it justice. They just kind of pass it off or shrug it off, and that can be like a domino effect to a lot of other problems in life. And recognising what we've been through and how people can suffer at times, and as a result treating ourselves in a way that will benefit us.
Yeah. Well, as you were talking about that, a thought came to my mind, and that's to do with bereavement.
Yeah.
And people sort of expect you to be upset.
Yes.
By bereavement. You will be upset.
Yeah.
You know what? I find it difficult to shed a tear at a burial, because in the back of my mind, I thought, this person has made some contribution. There's something good that person's done.
Yeah.
Let's celebrate that.
Yes.
And celebrate that rather than saying, "Oh, doom and gloom."
Sure.
Perhaps I don't know if that's an inappropriate response for me, or whether it's just a different way of looking at things. I don't know.
Well, what springs to my mind, Chris, with what you said there, with that kind of thing in life, whether it's a death or I keep saying relationship breakup, that kind of thing. I think any expectation is not helpful.
No.
Whether there's an expectation that you're going to cry your eyes out, or an expectation that you'll be frozen like a robot, any expectation, it is not helpful because we react how we react, and that's it. So I think it's the idea of expectations, and amongst what you were saying there, that's the real thing that's not helpful at the end of the day.
Right. So getting back to the idea of deserving,
Yes.
we got, I suppose, the mindset we need is that everybody deserves a good Christmas,
Look,
whatever's happened.
listen, and why would people not
Yeah.
deserve a flipping good Christmas
Yeah.
this year?
I agree. Yeah. And it doesn't involve money, not necessarily.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
We've said that so many
Yeah.
times in the last few weeks, haven't we?
Yeah. It can do.
Totally.
You've got it, spend it. Why not?
Totally. And one of the points tied along to what we're saying, Chris, as well. Again, and the things that I'm hoping people will take on board of what I'm suggesting come from the struggles that I've seen, literally thousands and thousands of times, where I see people who just struggle to be compassionate to themselves,
Sure.
or to be sympathetic to themselves. All kinds of horrific things will happen, and they will say things to me like, well, I'm sure the next person would get over it a bit quicker than me, and everybody else seems to be coping okay. So this idea that people just really, really struggle to be sympathetic and compassionate to themselves is fairly rife, that I've seen over 10 years, and it just doesn't bode well in the long run, and ties into, listen, this Christmas, let's have the Christmas that I think you really deserve.
I think that's a marvellous note to end this part of conversation on.